Nairobi, the capital of Kenya, has a lot to offer. There are 4.3 million people living in this bustling city. The city has many beautiful hotels, big shopping malls, and a busy business district. In addition, there are also a lot of different kinds of residential areas. A good way to explore the city is to take a city tour. There are both walking tours and driving tours, and you can either join a group or choose a private tour. For tourists, there's a lot to see in Nairobi. It's the only capital city in the world that has a national park right next to it. So tourists can go on a safari and never leave the city. The animals don't always respect the boundaries of the national park, and a few times there have been traffic jams caused by lions and giraffes. Giraffes you can also see in the Giraffe Center, a conservation center dedicated to protecting these wonderful, long-necked animals. There are 4 different species of giraffes, and in the center, they focus on the conservation of the endangered Rothschild giraffe. Tourists can hand-feed the animals and learn about the species at the information center. There is also a charming hotel called the Giraffe Mansion nearby. If you stay at the hotel, you can enjoy your breakfast while watching giraffes eat leaves. By the way, did you know that a group of giraffes is called a Tower of Giraffes? It's a pretty good name since these mammals are the tallest land animals in the world. They can grow as tall as 5.9 meters and weigh approximately 1,200 kilograms. Another interesting destination for any animal lover is the David Sheldrick Wildlife Trust, which is an orphanage for baby elephants and hippos who have lost their mothers because of poaching. Tourists and school groups have a chance to visit the orphanage every day, but only from 11 a.m. to noon. This is because the animals need their peace and quiet, especially as they are all young elephants and rhinos that will eventually be released back into the wild. Therefore, they should not get too accustomed to the presence of humans. There is also an entry fee, and all visits must also be booked in advance. During the visit, the keepers feed the animals and tell the visitors about them. All the elephants and rhinos have names and their own personalities. The visitors also have the chance to adopt these little orphans. This doesn't mean that you'll get to take one home, but instead, you'll receive a newsletter in your email once a month with pictures and information about what is going on with your adopted baby elephant or rhino. In addition to the orphanage, David Sheldrick Wildlife Trust operates many successful conservation programs, such as anti-poaching and community outreach programs. After visiting giraffes and elephants, you can go shopping in one of the many shopping malls or visit the outdoor markets in the city. There are also different arts and crafts centers where you can buy souvenirs. After shopping, if you still have energy, there are some interesting museums in the city. The Nairobi National Museum is 100 years old, and it was originally set up by the British. The museum is a must for anyone who's interested in Kenyan history and the rich cultural heritage of the country. There is also the Karen Blixen Museum. She was a Danish author that became famous for her book, Out of Africa. That was also turned into a movie. The museum is set in her name, and there is also a gift shop. From Nairobi, it's easy to travel to other parts of the country like Mombasa, and there are also many safari operators that leave from the city. If you ever want to visit Kenya, Nairobi is a great place to start.